Okay then, you may have noticed from the previous videos that the Kawasaki Eliminator 450 that I had received came with the license plate bracket in the front. That's due to the Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act, derisively referred to as the Doble Placa Law that had been passed before, requiring two plates for the motorcycle, one at the front and one at the rear of the bike. But the President had amended the law removing the two-plate or doble placa requirement. Still, Kawasaki seemed to have opted to retain the front plate bracket that they had installed on their bikes. I had considered having the front plate bracket removed since it was no longer needed, but then I thought I might as well put it to use. At first, I thought about simply installing reflectors on the bike, but after a bit, it occurred to me that I might use the bracket to hold the windshield instead. Just a small one. I wasn't really a fan of them large windshields. Thus, I consulted LAZADA for an appropriate one. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one that suited the situation. All of them were curved, whereas the bracket was flat. Just the nature of windshields, I suppose. I would need to fashion a fix for that or some adapter or something. Well, maybe. Yeah. I decided thus to make myself a flat one instead, DIY it and all that jazz. So here it is. It's already dark and unfortunately the street lamps busted, so I had to use a flashlight as you can see. I opted for a couple of clear acrylic license plate protective covers. I went for the thick ones, 5 mm in thickness, just to make sure. Browsing LAZADA from them protective covers, I found out about license plate badges. I thought one would look good on this windshield project. Happy to say it did. Yeah. I got one that says, "The Lord is my shepherd." I also got a matching one that says, "The Lord is my strength." I'll put that on the bike's license plate at the back. Yeah, not bad at all if I do say so myself. Quite small for a windshield to be sure, but it was just right by me. I really wasn't aiming to completely shield myself from the wind. Just enough to keep it from my torso, particularly my chest. That's where I had my body cam mounted, chest strap mount and all that. And so, after riding around for a bit, the windshield performed as I had expected. Not much wind protection, but it was enough to protect the chest area. Although admittedly said protection wasn't enough if I go very fast, the wind still reached my chest and hence the body cam. But all things considered, I was still quite happy about it. The speed range that I could use for on-the-fly vlogging, the few occasions that I do it, that is, the range was now a bit that much bigger. Yeah. Additionally, I could use the lower half of the windshield for stickers like parking stickers and association stickers and such. I might even put a sticker or two on the upper half as well, since it wouldn't really block my view. Of course, looking at the video footage from the body cam, stickers on the upper half of the windshield might obstruct the view of the video, but only by a little bit. So I reckon it will still be okay. Well, we just have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll see. And besides, I wasn't all that averse to the wind. I quite liked it in fact. Quite refreshing, actually. It being the tropics and all that. Yeah. Even if it was cold, not freezing cold mind you, but cold as far as the tropics were concerned, I was still okay with it. Oh sure, being battered by the wind, thus could definitely be could be tiring on long rides. I had little doubt about that, but I was more of a city rider and didn't really go on long rides all that often. Very rarely, in fact. So yeah, it's all good. I could swing the occasional long ride with this itty-bitty windshield. Yeah. And so that's it for now. Until next time, ride safe.